invest in yourself so we can invest in the future. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure the bell notification stays lit like that. You guys will not miss out for any future updates like that. You guys can stay on the latest and greatest, whatever is fresh off the press. You got to keep those bell notifications lit, man. Our numbers are starting to pick up, looking really good, which is a good sign because, the markets have definitely been testing everybody. And usually when the markets are testing people, you don't want to hear too much about crypto, which there's nothing wrong with that, right? This is the weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Crypto is going to do what crypto is going to do. We're going to have new metas like Aster. We're going to have new metas like, the meme coins we're going to talk about, like Grippy and some of the other ones as well. We got Aster, basically on every space. We got CZ talking about it. We got Grant Cardone talking about it. So we got some trading signals for you guys as well when it comes to BTC. Of course, we're going to talk about Aster. We're going to talk about CFX, one of our favorite ones to trade on a regular basis because it's like a printer. But all this volume on Aster is something that we're going to take a look at as well. Your favorite meme coins, your gems like XPX, the amazing launch pad called Smart DeFi where we launched XPX, and we're also going to be talking about Clash. We got our first like actual pullback in Clash. Does it mean that Clash is over? What's going on with Clash? Let me know in the comments. Are you guys still holding Clash? I think it's still pretty bullish, to be honest with you guys. Let's jump right into it. We got a $3.77 trillion market cap. Overall market still feeling a little bit shaky with Bitcoin at 109,000, down 5.4% on the week. Ethereum at 4K, down 10% from where it was at. And we got XRP down 6%, giving everybody these opportunities that I was talking about. I said, hey, although September, for whatever reason, is pumping, I would be a little bit cautious, not scared, not fearful, a little bit cautious to wait for a nice opportunity to get some really, really good prices. So XRP giving you this 280, XRP down 6%. BNB, if you felt like you missed out on it, oh, it's over 1K, I can't get none right now. Well, it's at 970 right now. We're going to get into BNB as well. We got Solana at 200 bucks. How low can it go is the question. Is this the floor? Are we finding some support right here? Are we going to take it to the next level? That's what we're going to find out with some of these trading signals. Of course, we'll get the cliche out the way. None of this is financial advice. You guys should do your own research. Definitely practice. I mean, you owe it to yourself to just like absorb as much of this as you can. I think it's really easy to, if you take the time actually and, just eliminate a little bit of the other stuff you're doing, it can get boring. I'm not going to lie to you. It can get like redundant and you're like, oh my God, we're looking at signals, blah, blah, blah. But this is where the money is made, whether the chart's going up, whether the chart's going down. This is where the printing is actually happening. Okay. So BTC right now, holding on this upper value range, what's crazy, and we talked about it before, this prior resistance becoming a future support. When we were pumping in this section, I was like, hey, I know we're in price discovery and it's all exciting, but a lot of times, there's where this correction happens in prior resistance, boom, 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 will become future support. Now, we called it right here. It actually went a little bit lower, and that's why I left that arrow there to be transparent, because not even somebody who's doing this every single day or doing it day in, day out, it does not matter, bro. Like, honestly, sometimes this thing will shake you out because here goes prior resistance. Yeah, the arrow was correct. It did become future support, but those ones wanted to pull back a little bit further and actually liquidate some of the market. They turned it right back around, right? The market started pumping, getting above the 50 moving average, but again, coming right back down. And where we're at, that prior resistance becoming future support. And if we get this line out the way and we really just go to the upper value or the upper value range and we look at the volume profile, you can see how powerful this volume profile actually is. This volume profile is extremely, extremely bullish, fam. Like, look at how it really traded into this gap, is finding support on this upper value range. This is where we're starting to look like, hey, are we going to get a buy signal? Is it going to turn around? Or are we going to lose this level of support, break past the previous way's low? And this is where we start trading into some of these larger gaps and we can see some cheaper prices on Bitcoin. That doesn't mean that, hey, it's all lower. That doesn't mean that, hey, that the markets are not going to recover or whatnot like that. What's actually going to happen is, giving you this opportunity. So let's add some indicators really quick. Some of these buy signals, these sell signals. We're going to get into Aster. We're going to get into Clash, all your favorite plays. Let me know what you guys are buying right here. We still got a sell signal on the blunt house indicator, right? So we still got some work to do, but that's a solid green candle right there. We do still got divergence. We add some other indicators. We got solid red candle on the MACD. We are oversold on the Williams percentage, which I really like. But we got, the Fisher transform still has divergence, right? We can see this. One second. we can see these lines still pretty separated. It is down in this section where it likes to kind of turn around and snap back. And maybe that's what we got going on. We were oversold on the stock RSI. It could be turning around. We don't really have, that buy signal. But when we go down to the lower time frames, like the 4-hour time frame, you can actually see what's going on right now, right? So you can still see, okay, we're still in the sell signal. We're finding this support. And like what I talked about before, this is what's most likely going to happen because this thing's really far away from this 50 moving average, right? So this 50 moving average is probably going to come into this section and it'll curl around like this, right? Because it moves like that. It's really smooth how it moves. And I like the 50 moving average. So we're still underneath it. As you can tell, when you're underneath the 50 moving average, it's red. The one that I'm using is SMA 50. And it will give you where if it's above it, it's green. If it's underneath it, it's red, right? So right here, you see that it's underneath it. So it's red. So we're still bearish. What a lot of times what happen is, as we're getting down into some of these gaps is it'll start to trade sideways because we found this support on the lower value range. It'll start to march sideways. If we can continue to hold this, we see these gaps that it can trade into, and this gap will get it to break into the 50 moving average and possibly start trading above it to go to this upper value range, which is at $113,000. Is that a guarantee that that's gonna happen? No, that's not a guarantee. This thing can lose this lower value range and still go downward, right? So that's why it's important to have some of these signals, some of your strategy, something that you've been practicing to actually see where you want to get in. Because right now, I could still wait. Why not get in on a really nice trade? Don't swim against the current. Be a little patient. If you're not somebody who likes to short, fine. Don't short. Practice shorting on a demo account. If you're somebody who's waiting for your long position, be patient. I swear it gives you virtue. If I can change it up for you guys and make it like that we can get virtue without patience, I would do that for us. I mean, I would do it for all of us. But unfortunately, the name of the game is, you guys can set up a nice, clean trade and really become a profitable trader if you're very patient. So here we are on the 1 hour chart on BTC, which is looking really good, where it's kind of confirming maybe some of that support on the daily, some of that support on the 4-hour chart, because we're seeing it buy signal break above the 50 moving average, and we see this massive gap that it can trade into. Is that enough to trade into this gap to get the momentum bullish? Is it enough to get it to the point of control at 112 and ignite maybe trading into this gap, going back to that 115? Because around that 115 section, rolling into over 115 is where people start to say that we're going back into all-time high. Underneath 115, people are conservative. People are a little bit more, reserve on what they got going on. But nonetheless, I'm not sure if this is enough, but there is a trade right here where you can trade this Bitcoin all the way to even 111. We got some buy signals right here. We got the, breaking the 50 moving average. We would like to have the parabolic SAR on the bottom as well. And it will most likely trade into this gap, crashing into what? The 200 moving average. If it can break this 200 moving average, which is going to end up right here at 111,635, it will go into the point of control. So that's what we're keeping an eye out for right now. What's up, Psychedelic Angel? Shout out to Jessica, too, with the new PFP right away. And shout out to TK for that community hour and a half and bringing new people into XPX and bringing solid investors that, can see the value of XPX, which is super cool. So let's go ahead and look at some more tickers, right? Let's look at ETH really quick. Let's go through the motions, and then we're going to get to all the meme coins as we get these numbers up. We'll most likely do a giveaway as well, especially if we can have like a really crazy stream, fam. It's there, it's cooking, right? Where are we at right now? We got Grippy right here that we checked out. We got 45 right here. We got 37. So the numbers are definitely climbing right now. The numbers are definitely climbing. Let's go right here. Let's go to Rico Moneybags. And if you guys are watching on this right here as well, if you guys can get the likes up on the X account, get the retweets, get the comments on this as well, and push on this as much as you guys can, okay? Because it helps the algorithm. Let's get these follows back up. And usually when we start doing some giveaways, the follows will creep back up. But let's go ahead and push this to the next level. Let's get some likes, some retweets. If you're listening on YouTube or X, make sure you're jumping on all the platforms and just activating, max engaging as much as we can. All right, let's go to the next one, which we're going to go to we're going to go to Ethereum right now. ETH is looking, let's start off on the daily chart. This is what I like to do. Daily chart, we're still, no buy signals. No buy signals coming to this section that we talked about. I mean, right to this shelf. Look at that. It traded right into this gap. That sell signal was accurate. It was valid. It broke the 50. And now we're seeing if, as this 200 moving average creeps up to this section right here, If it bounces off the 200 moving average, so this is what it will look like, fam. Right? This 200 moving average will creep like this. And if, let's say this is trading downward because we're inside this gap, if it can hold on to the support and trade sideways, then it can trade back into this gap, going back above up here. But if it lost this 200 moving average that we see is like crawling up here and it's going to come right to this section where the shelf is at, if it fell underneath this and that trade went this way, this is where we trade into this gap and go right into the point of control, which is 2,500. Okay. So keep, stay on your toes right now. The markets are a little bit shaky. We're still in September, right? We still got some days before we break into the next month, and we're still in September. September's giving us some September vibes, and maybe we can count on October to be Uptober like it usually is, right? Not all the time right away. It's not the first day of October. It's not the second day, but eventually it kind of just sneaks up on you, and you start to see October kind of start to come to life. So these are the prices for Ethereum right here. Let's go to BNB. I'm not going to go on to shorter time frames on ETH. I think it's better just to wait for some of this action to happen on the higher time frames, because once it's validated, it actually moves in that direction. So let's go to BNB next. You guys know the Binance Smart Chain, CZ, was live today talking about BNB, talking about Aster, which we're also going to be talking about, which is getting a lot of hype, getting a lot of attention, and we're going to go into that as well. BNB right now with some sell signals still valid, trading in the gap. Does this mean that this green candle means that, hey, it's going to turn around? No, don't think that, okay? This has been and I want to tap in with you guys. If you guys are really tapped in, we're live on YouTube, we're live on X, we're live on Party, and we're live on 2 X accounts actually. So, and we make some posts on TikTok later on, but if you're listening, sometimes this is just one green candle in a downtrend, just like this is one green candle in this continuation of a downtrend. So although, yeah, it's BNB's looking good, and you guys know I'm super bullish on BNB, this is still valid, this sell signal. And we know as we're using this volume profile, and I know you guys are like, man, Rico, all you talk about is these gaps, because I want you guys to be able to print. Okay, I want you guys to be able to, and shout out to Blunt. This is his phrase: to have something that nobody can take away from you. You know, no matter if it's raining outside, no matter if the market's green, no matter if it's market's red, you're having a good day, you're having a bad day, you got friends, you don't got friends. Nobody can jump into your brain and take this away from you. You know, so you start to feel a level of freedom that is really, really nice, because you can basically print every single day. Up, down, it doesn't really matter. And, right now we're seeing this sell signal right here. And yeah, it's a green candle, and it's looking like it's going to make a doji candle. The buyers and sellers pushing on both sides, right? They're pushing from the top, pushing from the bottom, where it makes almost no body of the candle. And it's 2 long wicks, one on the top and one on the bottom. 1 second. But right here we got, where it's still, not a buy signal yet. So, if we go down to the 4-hour chart, we see the bounce off of the 200, which we talked about. We got our buy signals, we got our go long, all this good stuff. But I would still be cautious, because a lot of times what happens is this is the 50 moving average, right? And what happens, shout out to Blunt again, man. If you guys get time, tap into Blunt House. What happens a lot of time is first mouse gets to squeeze, second mouse gets to cheese. And this is for a short. Right, so a lot of times somebody be in the short, probably in the short over here, which is a really nice short on the daily, and on the 4-hour, it printed some buy signals, and but a lot of times the first attempt on when it breaks underneath one of these moving averages, that first attempt to break, it fails. And this is where the first mouse is getting the squeeze, and the buy signals start to come out, and he starts to see that he's losing profit. So he's like, hey, let me get out of Dodge right now, because I don't want to give back that profit. I got in up here on this short. I'm starting to give some of that money back. Let me close my trade. And then what happens? It crashes right here, and it comes lower than the profit zone that he was in over here. And lo and behold, look what's right here, the 200 moving average, the lower value range. And the minute it crashes the second time, if it's bullish, it can curl up on top of that 50 moving average and start to go in that direction. All right, so let's clear this up. Let's go to XRP next. We're going to keep it moving. We'll go to Solana. Then we're going to jump to Aster. We're going to get these numbers up on the stream, and then we're going to jump in meme coin. We're going to go XPX. I mean, get your meme coins ready. I know we got one Grippy that I had a lot of people DMing me to get the CA, get it out here, talk about it. So we're going to be talking about Grippy as well. Another, solid play. The chart's looking good. We like those charts. We're going to be talking about Clash. Clash is another one. Let's go into XRP right now. XRP, baby. All right. We're on perpetuals. Let's go to the daily chart. Sell signal still valid. Massive gap that you can get caught in. right? This is you can get caught in this gap. And the point of control, this red line acts like a magnet. So it could definitely pull the price down here. This is just a green candle. That doesn't mean, hey, we're turning around. There's still a lot of divergence between these two, the T line and the 5 moving average. There's a nice little gap. And if you look over here, I already knew that the Fisher was going to have that same divergence as well. So you can see that it's still valid that it's going down. And so we're going to keep an eye on this. We're just waiting for that buy signal where we know, hey, the game is on. It's go time, right? But right now, if you're not a person who shorts, you're not looking for shorts. Or you're just chilling right now. You're doing whatever you got to do. I mean, earlier today, what I did, I spent like an hour cleaning the pool. The markets are doing what the markets do. Go out there and do something like that. Cut the grass, get one of those things done, knock it out the park, get it done, and then, come back to the market and see if you find something that you like. You can't, you're not going to just, it's good to detach and break away for a second, just wait for the setup. Like, you have to wait for your setup. The minute you start trying to squeeze or force or, like make it happen, you start to get into trouble because you're coaching yourself in your head to make this force happen. So you're selling yourself all this internal dialogue that goes against your methodology, right? Your strategy that you might have. So be cautious, and sometimes, go do something like that. Cut the grass, go clean the pool, do something like that. Break away, I don't know, dust something, I don't know, do something and just wait for that setup so you're not forcing anything to happen. Because even on these lower time frames, we're seeing, okay, cool, with some buy signals. Is it turning around? Can I trade into this? Yeah, most definitely. But this month is a little shaky, and I'll just be a little bit cautious with some of these, right? Not saying, hey, if you're trading shorts, the shorts are going to be feeling really easy because you are in a downtrend on the higher time frame. So all your shorts that you're setting up, every time you get in, you're waiting for a short, bam, that short's making money. That short's making money. The longs can make money on the 1 hour chart, like right here, made some money, but most likely they're really, if you notice, the longs are not that long. They go long, then short, long, then short, and long, then short, long, then short, right? And the shorts are lasting longer. Why? Because we're really still in a downtrend. So that's why those longs feel like you're swimming against the current. So right now you will be scoping out great shorts to be, taking entries on these shorts, because most likely, we're still in a bit of this downtrend going on. All right. So let's go to Solana next. We're just moving through them today, fam. We're moving through them today. It's the weekend, man. Last night was fun. I had a good time. Went to the strip, enjoy myself. Testing out some utility at the same time, right? Tap to pay features, that's cool. And at the same time, enjoying life. Like, isn't that what it's all supposed to be about? I mean, if you don't write it yourself, it's not going to happen. Like, you have to, put the pen to pad and really start to make some of this stuff happen. And yeah, I mean, this is the weekend. I want to enjoy this weekend too. While the markets are doing what the markets are doing, perfect time to, maybe get some, well, TK's a vegetarian. He's most likely getting some Z's, but throw some meat on the grill. This is a perfect time to do some stuff like that. Have a couple glasses of wine, maybe a few glasses of wine, and just do some. Yeah, good to enjoy life. Like, why not? It's yours. Like, that's the thing that really belongs to you. It's like, and this is my brother's saying, look out for your future self. Like, he tells my nephew this all the time, right? And it's been so good. And when I went to the wedding, I heard him tell him, and I already heard him like over the phone calls. When I get on a call with my brother, all the kids get on the phone and I talk to each of them and stuff. But when I was there, I was telling him, I was like, he keeps saying, like, look out for your future self, TJ, look out for your future self, and it's like, it's so true. Like, sometimes we need to just look out for our future self. Like, that's all you got sometimes. Like, look out, like, hey, how would I like to, what? I know this thing's bothering me. I've been wanting to get it done. The markets are not that fun right now. We know when they feel fun, they're not feeling that exciting. Okay, well, let me do some other stuff to, look out for my future self. Let me do a little bit of, just feeling good, some enjoyment of life, and that stuff compounds. So the long days don't feel that long when the long days come up, because guarantee, especially when we release new utility, like the days and then dealing with like the support, like, we're still having some issues with some of the 404 codes and we're working on that. But sometimes those, when it's like really going crazy, those was when my days start turning into 16-18 hour days. And even sometimes when I'm waiting on a Zoom call and it's somebody that's on a different time zone, I gotta wait and stay up late, and it turns into a 20-hour day. So when we're having a little bit of these laid back days and we get to develop, do the administration stuff, and also enjoy the weekend, you got to take take that up for grabs. Like you got to take it up for grabs because you can't make it happen, right? You can't like force it to happen, but you can do enough preparation where there's mental preparation, where there's, getting your finances together so that when that moment comes up, you're ready, right? You're ready to give it all that all that built up pressure. You're ready to give it all that it needs, right? So nobody else will do it for you. Absolutely. And you know what? It's been something that I actually enjoy looking out for myself, and like being nice to myself. And you know what? Go figure. It's easier to be nice to other people when you can treat yourself nice. I think a lot of times we don't realize how hard we can be on ourselves. And, it's like a lot of us are really great people. And, if you are friends with, if you met somebody like yourself, you would probably be like, man, that's my best friend, right? If Psychedelic bumped into somehow Psychedelic Angel, like, oh my God, Psychedelic Angel is so nice. And although somebody else would give us all this credit, sometimes we don't give ourselves that credit. And you got to find that time. You got to find that time to acknowledge what you've been doing and you've been grinding. So like that, you can be like, you know what? Hey, I am doing the right thing. You know what? I do the right stuff and I like what I'm doing. And I am, a good friend. I am a good, sister or brother or whatever you might be, father, mother, grandmother, whatever you might be. And you are that, but you got to take the time to acknowledge that sometimes. So let's go into Solana right now after we just did a little self-reflect. You guys know this is not a scripted show. We're just giving you guys exactly what it is. Whatever it is on that day, that's what we're looking at. So we got Solana right now. Solana's very tradable. There's some gaps like this. As you guys can see, I can kind of eye this thing already. And, we could crash into this 200 moving average right here and come back down. But there's a little trade right here on Solana. Solana's very bullish. It has a lot of volume. But when we go to daily charts is why, we're still like, okay, we're being cautious because this is just a green candle in a downtrend, right? We are breaking the point of control. We broke the 50 moving average. We don't want to get caught into, trading into this gap right here, right? And going down to 177. And you can trade this right here and make money and get out of it, and keep gapping, like scalping it. You can scalp it nonstop. You can scalp this going down. I mean, it's so scalpable. It's crazy. But right now, I would just be like, don't wait to be like, okay, it's going to break this and it's just going to keep running. The minute you get your sell signal and your strategy says it's time to, get out of Dodge, it's just time to get out of Dodge, especially right now with the overall trend being down on the daily chart, right? Because this lower value range is 136. You don't want to be caught in a long right now, although this 4-hour chart got a buy signal, but here we are. This is the first attempts, right? This is not even, we haven't even hit the 200 once. We haven't hit the 50 moving average one. So it's where you can see where, most likely we'll, ride the 200 moving average, trade into this beautiful gap right here, but possibly crash on this 200 moving average, right? Because this is the first time we got underneath it. We've been trading underneath the 50, crashing into this. We're finally above the 50. This is going to be the first crash into the 200 moving average. So I'm just curious to see, would it have enough momentum to continue? We'll keep an eye on it. That price right there is around 213. Okay, so there's little gaps, little scalps that you guys can trade on Solana right now. Like I said, right now is a good time to throw some stuff on the grill. Even if you're like TK, throw some vegetables on the grill, throw some corn on the grill, throw a whole bunch of, vegetarian stuff on the grill and say, you know what? This is a moment where I just get to soak in a little bit of the shilling that I've been doing, a little bit of the rating. I DCA'd when I could DCA. Let me do a little bit of me time. And then you have that enthusiasm just to jump right back into it. You have that momentum, right? So that's Solana right now. I would keep an eye on it on the daily chart. Some of these lower prices, it does like to come down to that 177 and we're underneath the 50. And there's a gap right here, and this 200 moving average is right around 180, which is really close to the price that buyers and sellers keep shaking hands at this 177. If you zoom out, this section over here, boy, was it all up in that 170 range, 177, 177. All these tops right here on this section is why we have this gap and these shelves right here, where there's that 186, which if you come way over here and you look at these tops, 186, come to this one right here, 188, 186. So right here, this shelf that we're trying to cling on to right here, this little spike that it stopped at, is exactly that prior price. Okay, so keep that in mind. But we're underneath the 50. We can trade into this gap. If it loses this 200 moving average, we see some lower prices. We see this, 150, even lower value range at 135. Just be cautious. Right now it'd be looking for great shorts. And honestly, days ago would have been better you could have been shorting whatever you want, gap and go, scalps, shorts, because once the daily chart prints like a sell signal like this, you can go into the lower time frames and really just find short after short after short, because all these lower time frames are initially trading within this red candle. Within every day, this was a red candle. All these time frames were fighting for their life inside of these red candles. So, we'll see what's up. Right now, it's that part of the chart where it kind of starts to twist, and that's where it gets shaky because it consolidates and stuff like that. But let's go to the next one. Let's go to CFX, and then we're going to go to Aster. We'll check the numbers right now. Actually, let's see where we're at. Let's break some triple digits, get some giveaways going. We're at 68 on XPX's account, which is nice. This is the project I launched with an epic team. Shout out to David, Marlon, and Ali. And also, we got 49 over here. So let's get the numbers up, see if we can do some giveaways, and yeah, reach some more people. So let's go into CFX right here. CFX. I actually been shorting this, doing really good. As you can see, why it's good to short this right here. This is probably would have been the next little short, because now this trend is over. Nice 4-hour chart. Boom. It came up to right here. What was that? 14.6. It could probably come down to 13 again on this 4-hour chart. Now I would wait for a re-entry, like reset on this, because this could be the bounce on the 50 moving average, and then you try to chase it and it's turning right back around to go crash to 200. But if it reset this 1-hour chart and gave me a sell signal, like, or even broke underneath here and kind of tapped it and was still going down, I know that I can trade this short again. I'm waiting for the buy signal that's looking like it can come out on CFX, right? We're on this 200 moving average. And if it could bounce off of this and print some buy signals, then I'll start looking for longs nonstop. But if it loses this 200 moving average, CFX can come to this shelf right here, which is 10 cents, or even lower down here to 8 cents. And, sometimes there's corrections after a massive move like this that it did. It's been going down for quite a while, coming all the way down to 6 cents at some point to rally back up to, 28 cents. It could be getting ready to maybe do a little downtrend, but we'll see. I think there's been a lot more attention around CFX, where this could be where it starts to hold on to this 200 moving average. Maybe this is the new floor. Maybe it's 10 cents is the new floor for CFX, but we'll call it as it starts to develop. Now, 4-hour chart, here we go. We got a sell signal. It's valid, and the markets are shaky, so it could definitely go a little bit lower. We'll be waiting for some buy signals. Imagine the buy signal that comes out, and you get the buy signal on the daily chart as well, right? A nice buy signal on the daily chart, and you catch it down here where it's first going to start breaking. 4-hour chart. Look, the 4-hour sell signal went away. So you start seeing and you trade into this gap right here, even to this upper value range from 14 cents to 17 cents. We're talking racks. We're talking bands, okay? We're not talking hundreds of dollars. Some of the scalps, yeah, 100, you can range, but you can, on some of these ones like this, oh, there it goes. The sell signal came back. So it's flashing on and off right now. But on some of these trades that go like this, a nice little gap like that, I mean, it's racks. It's racks. AD, what's up, fam? What's up? Here we go. 14 cents, 14.2, baby. All right, CFX. Sell signals. Okay, so, unless you're shorting it, just wait and chill. Let's go to Aster, and we might be doing some trading on Aster live. You guys let me know. Are you guys trading Aster live? Because this is very tradable. On the 15-minute chart, I was watching this. I was listening to CZ. I was like, man, this thing has so much momentum. It has so much volume that I love when there's so much volume. I love this volatility. Most people don't like that. I love it because look at this trade from right here. I'm in from 190 something. Hello. All the way up here to, 214. Nice. A trade back down here. I could do this. I could see this. And some of them don't test you, right? You get in, get right back out. Oh, get in, get out. Get in, get out, right? And it's nice, but this Aster, because of the volume, it's looking like this thing could be very tradable. Now, we could possibly find a long trade on Aster, maybe do it live. I don't know. But you guys let me know in the chat if you guys are trading Aster, because this thing has so much hype around it, so much momentum that you can trade this thing. We can trade this Aster pretty good. It's probably going to stay like this for a while. Now, if we go to the daily chart, it's so brand new. No signals. The signals don't even know what to do. We got some T lines. We got little EMAs, but almost nothing. Then we come down to the 4-hour. We barely get a moving average. The 50 moving average barely coming out right there. Isn't that adorable to be this early on something? we could be seeing something amazing happen. You might just want to at least put $100 into Aster and just hold it. Like honestly, just in case CZ is doing something and just doing a CZ thing, because this is a fresh chart. Um, and like that, if it goes to zero, oh well, it was $100. It went to zero, whatever. But now trading it, this is where I start to get my hand, because this is looking nice. This is looking nice. Now, 4-hour chart, we do have some, whereas possibly can be flipping a red signal pretty soon and then come down into some of these sections. But even the 4-hour chart is pretty tradable. It really is. If it gave you a sell signal, just short the thing. Just straight, like, don't even be afraid. Just short it, because at some point it is going to get ready to do a little correction and take some of this money off the table. But even in the meantime and in between time, I mean, this is very tradable. And this 1-hour chart sell signal, bam, and you get the sell signal on the, like that 1-hour chart right here, this sell signal mixed with this 15-minute signal right here with this confirmation sell signal. This was one heck of a trade. Right now we're seeing if it can flip this right here, and we're watching this live. How much we got? About 7 minutes on Aster. I'm not sure how high Aster can go, but if I think it's tradable, I think this is 100% tradable. I think we got a long coming up, in these shorter time frames. Higher time frames, I think there's going to be a correction eventually, right? Somewhere, but the indicators don't even want to tell me nothing. That's how new this is. So we don't really got too much indication on, the higher time frames. But on these lower time frames, man, let's say it flips this parabolic SAR on this thing and, flips down. That's confirmation that this is probably going to continue. It'll continue down. That this is the first attempt on this one. It'll continue down. Now, if it flips this, and we get some buy signals, and you see this 1-hour chart, flip right back green, and it's above this 50 moving average, this is pretty cool. I just want to watch out for this. Let me get some of this out the way. These other lines. Let me go straight to the point of control. I just want to watch out for this right here, this gap right here. I'd rather trade it from right here from 160, and I think from 160, the minute some nice signals came back, it can come back to life. I don't want to chase this short. I don't want to even, be too concerned about the long right away, because it might just come and go, because we're right on the point of control, and it's like a magnet. So although it flicks green, it can bring the price right back down to this magnet, keep trading sideways, and then lose it, and then come into this gap down here, right? So I want to be very cautious with this one because it's volatile, but I think this is very tradable. I would, go to BYD5, use my referral code, of course, and open up a demo account and start to play with Aster a little bit and use that demo account to trade. If you make if you make an account and you sign up, send me your UID number inside of this Telegram group and I will load your account. Okay. I will load your account with some USDT. But Aster. Let's see on the shorter time frame. Let's see what we got. Okay, some buy signals there, but first attempt, most likely trade a little bit more sideways. Yeah, I'd be waiting, but we'll probably do some trading on this and do some giveaways surrounding this this Aster token. So right now in this 15-minute candle, we still got sell signals, and it could possibly come down to this 187. This is one where you guys can see where this 1-hour chart is still a sell signal. Still a sell signal. If it can break this 50 moving average and come down here, it'll trade into this gap and go to 160. And that's where this short right here, whoever got into this short up here, is going to be super happy, because most likely this short is doing its first attempt, but I don't know if it's going to have enough oomph to really go, because the markets are what the markets are right now, and most likely it'll trade into this gap and contest this lower value range at least once. And trading from a lower value range up is a lot more fun than catching it in the middle. I'm not saying that you can't catch a trade from the middle of the road, but a lot of times there's a lot of traffic in the middle of the road, and if you're not fast, you can get ran over, right? So I like better to trade from the lower value range, line to the other one, and vice versa. Coming from the upper value range to the downside, that's my short right there. Right now in the middle, hey, I'm just not going to take a trade on it. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go to XPX fam. Appreciate the community hour earlier today with TK. TK, you're absolutely amazing, bro. Honestly, super solid Chad. We'll jump into XPX now. Solid, daily chart while the rest of the markets are shaking everybody about. We got 17.2% burn. We have 58.8 BNB in asset backing. Let me refresh this. 58.6 BNB and asset backing, 57,000 in total. When BNB was pumping, it was all the way up to, over 60K, which is super bullish because that allows you guys to take out loans against your, XPX tokens because they're actually backed with real BNB, where you can come to the lending protocol, take out a loan, and then use that loan in the real world. Not everybody who's taking out a loan, I would hope not, is just being a degen and getting wrecked, because, probably not the best idea to do that, right? So the fact that XPX, launching on Smart DeFi, using the asset backing, allows you to take out a loan, a 30-day interest-free loan against your XPX tokens, and then you got a project that is focused on off-ramp solutions. It's a win-win. This is exactly what you want in a recipe to be able to win. And this is not a meta that is not going to go away. If payments doesn't work in this world of crypto, nothing else is going to work. This is the whole thing, is payments. The whole thing about cryptocurrency is payments, everybody. So right now we are extremely early. This is how early you are, actually. Where's that? Right here. This is where we're at. We're innovators. We're the builders of what's going on right now. And there's, the early adopters that are coming in. And when we get that early majority and retail's up in here, you're going to be very happy that you invested into a project that was focused on allowing people to spend their cryptocurrency in the real world. If you guys are looking to spend your cryptocurrency in the real world, come over to xpxpay.com. For those who don't know, this is the project I launched on Smart DeFi with David, Marlon, and Ali. I mean, solid chads in the space. We've been live for over 15 months with a solid daily chart. Promise made, promise kept, utility after utility. I mean, not just Visa cards, but bill payments, non-KYC, not just bill payments, but non-KYC gift cards, not just gift cards, but virtual cards, not just virtual cards, but physical cards, and the list goes on and on and on. And I know some people are having issues. We're working on it, and hopefully by Monday we'll have that sorted out. I know that's going to be worked on over the weekend. But what's nice about this, and I know some people are like, well, I'm not getting the 404 code. It's not actually working. But some people are passing KYC the same day. I know some people are having that error code with the 404, which we're working on that. But some people are passing KYC the same day. We were having an issue before where it was taking weeks to pass KYC. We would have way bigger user base right now if we had this KYC provider before and was allowing people to, basically pass KYC right away, right? A lot of times people go get the documents, they upload the new documents because they didn't pass KYC, and because they're strict, they want it in either English or Spanish. And people, we got cards all around the world, so the documents are in different languages. The people go get a document in the right language, but it didn't have the right seal on the top, so it got declined, and then we had to tell the client to go get the document again. By that time, not everybody did it the third or second or the fourth time that it took, right? Now, this is what, the grind looks like. This is how you come up with products and services and you get it better and to a better place. Not only did we switch from MasterCard to Visa card, which we're still going to have Visa cards. There's going to be Visa cards, when you get some of the virtual cards or you're getting some of the things that we're going to be releasing in the future. But what's nice about going to these MasterCards is the conversion rate. We have a lot of people abroad that use our, cards. Instead of a 2.75% conversion rate, it's a 2.0% conversion rate. And when you're talking about onboarding businesses, because that's right, not only individuals can use XPX Pay to, basically use their crypto in the real world, but we're allowing businesses to accept cryptocurrency. You want to lower these fees for people that are doing millions and millions and millions of dollars in transactions, receiving all this money in their business via cryptocurrency because of XPX. That 0.75% is going to stack up on them real quick, right? To us, it might be like, okay, that's cool. I went from 2.75% down to 2%. But really what XPX is all about is not only just onboarding Web 2 and, the normies and stuff like that, but onboarding businesses. We already have a limousine business. We already have a car dealership, a smoke shop. This is only going to continue to grow. Whether XPX does this or not, this is going to happen. People will be walking into barbershops. People be walking into stores. People will be using cryptocurrency to pay for things. And the fact that we not only allow people to pay at these stores, but those stores to accept the cryptocurrency is extremely bullish, and it's not priced into the chart. Another thing that's not priced into the chart is when you start to see, like here in Las Vegas, you're driving, by the fast food places like Panda Express and like In and Out, they'll advertise, $20 an hour starting, or certain amount, X amount of money for, managers this salary. There will come a time, mark my words, just like I told you B&B would go to 1K. There's going to come a time where employers are going to offer employees a percentage or all their payment in cryptocurrency. So I'm sure, mark my words, that there's going to come a time where you're going to see where it says, you know, let's say $50,000 salary, whatever it might be for a manager at one of these places, you can get, 15% of it in crypto. That's what we want. Imagine all the employers that can be using XPX Pay, and then all the employees that will be using the portal to receive that portion of their salary in crypto so they can use it in the real world, whether it's on a MasterCard, whether they're paying their mom's bills because they just got paid, they want to pay their mom's cable bill, they want to pay their mom's electric bill, they can do that. Or, hey, the holidays are coming up, I want to use a part of my money that I got paid in cryptocurrency from my employer, and I want to off ramp that and get some, crypto Visa or some gift cards that I pay with crypto and do some giveaways during the holidays. That's all there for us, fam. This is part of what's going to happen. Whether Rico Moneybags, David Marlone, and anybody else, and Ali does this, or anybody else, this is going to happen. This will be a way of how people transact, and you guys can get this project right now. Make passive income with us. It's launched on Smart DeFi, fair launch. Liquidity generating event. The liquidity is all there. You guys see 17.2%. 1% going to 1% buys going to backing, 1.5% going to sales. So you got that lending protocol. You got this. You got also your tokenomics right here. If you guys are new to XPX, come right here, click about XPX, click tokenomics. Boom. Scroll down. You got your staking, 0.5% on the buys, 2% on the sells. So you're making passive income. You're being able to take out loans. You got a solid dev that pulls up almost every single day. Very reachable in the community hours, in spaces, on YouTube, on X, has some of the most biggest names as friends in the space, Doodlegenics, Dabatola, Zach Humphreys, which we have on our Just Shop Crypto. This is our easy entry, easy place to park some B&B. And I'm telling you guys, mark my words, just like I told you guys when B&B was $450 that you guys can buy it 2 for 1, and that B&B was going to hit 1K. We had a bunch of people saying that altcoin season was over. Everybody was looking at me like I was crazy, and I was still saying it. B&B, went all the way up, and then when it started pulling back down here, people were like, oh, it's all over. I told you guys it would hit 1K. It's actually not even done. It's hit 1K. People will use payments and crypto payments for everyday needs, and you guys can be a part of this project right here where it's solid, and you guys can see the dev team. It's not no fugazi stuff. It's a real project. We already seen so many of these projects come and go, whether it's meme coins, utility plates, we're still here. Nobody can take that away from us. So join in on this mission, right, to financial freedom, but a project that lets you actually use that financial freedom and free to spend that finance in the real world. Let's go to Just Shop Crypto, and then we're going to go into meme coins galore. We're going straight to Dex Screener. We're going to talk about Clash. We'll talk about Pablo Crow's show token, see how that's going. We'll talk about these creator coins because obviously we're working that up as well. Want to do that just right, but Just Shop Crypto is something that's very bullish for all kinds of projects. If you're in a project out there and you're like, man, I would like to have my project's merch being sold right now, and maybe they don't have a team, maybe it's a CTO, maybe they need to contact us so we can get them listed on Just Shop Crypto, fam. This is the easiest way to get your community active, the easiest way to see your marketing funds make revenue easy, and at the same time get your community extremely active. Break out of your echo chamber right now with Just Shop Crypto right now. Let me post this right here for you guys. Let me post that. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, so come over here, get the Crypto Breakfast Club merch right here, CBC merch, looking really good. We're going to be adding some more things to this. So really nice CBC merch coming up. Very, very reasonably priced. I would just grab this just to be a part of the movement. I mean, you're going to spend this. I mean, it costs money to live. You're going to spend $13 somehow today. You're going to spend $13 somehow today. Come get a shirt. Just Shop Crypto will be the Amazon of crypto. That's what we're working towards, fam. Dynamite, you're picking up what I'm laying down. You're starting to read in between the lines, bro. Be careful. You're spending too much time around me. That's what we're working through, that Web3 marketplace, where we start to sell, all things Just Shop Crypto. That could be pretty powerful down the road. So come over here, support Just Shop Crypto, support the projects where there's Can Do, which we'll talk about as well right now. By getting some of this merch, making some posts, you'll see the Can Do Chads just support your post so much. This is a great way to get active. So definitely check that out. Let's go over to what we got on this deck screen, and let's go to all products. Really nice, right? Come check this out, get some of this merch, and then make a post. We'll follow you. Let me share this link as well if you guys are new to the channel. I'm about to check the stream, see how many likes we got on it. I gotta check, man. We gotta check. Let's see how many likes we got on this. Let's refresh this. Some likes and retweets, man. I'm over here, shaking the cup, begging for likes and retweets and stuff, man. We got 2 likes, 2 retweets, 1 comment. I mean, we got revenue from YouTube is $54 for the month. I mean, it doesn't cost you guys anything. Come over here, smash this like, retweet this thing. I'm shaking the cup of likes and retweets at this point, which is crazy with how much alpha I'm dropping on this channel, how much money people have made off of, just being tapped into this channel. Just like and repost, fam. That's all it is. So let's go ahead and keep it moving. Let's go to our X account. Let me share this, and then we'll go to the deck screen or go to Clash. Right here. Let me post that right there. Really simple. Come over here, give us a follow. Stay tapped in with all things that we got going on, the latest and greatest. Marlon is working overtime on the overtime for veteran token, which we're going to talk about that right now as well. And we get to do all this new marketing stuff, which I'm excited about because I want to help some veterans. I want to have that type of content out there, and we're making that movement happen. So this is huge for us. So definitely come over here and tap in with our X account and give us a follow. All right. Let's go over to, and speaking of Just Shop Crypto, and we're talking about it, come give Vet Token a follow. Come tap in with them. This is Veteran Token, solid dude. They're about to be getting listed on Just Shop Crypto. This gives us more marketing material. This gives us more engagement. This grows both of our communities. And at the same time, which is crazy because I know in crypto, all people want to do is rug each other. We get to do something good. We get to help some veterans out. Like, we're going to do that. Mark my words. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. You will not be able to take that away from me. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to get Veteran Token listed on Just Shop Crypto. We're going to get some merch. We're going to get a campaign going. We're going to get some community members active. We're going to get some veterans fed. And we're also going to get some veterans with some of this veteran token merch, and maybe they can tell other veterans, while we're in Web3 and, unfortunately some of these veterans are homeless, they're struggling out there. They can talk to other veterans, and who knows, this can really turn into something really big. So definitely come over here and check out Veteran Token. Let them know I sent you guys over there super early on this BNB play, and solid guy. So looking forward to this collab and seeing that merch go live, because we're going to be able to do something really good. This is their X account. I'm going to give you guys give them this. Join their Telegram. Let them know, hey, this crazy guy with sunglasses, because he has like laser purple eyes behind there, told me to join your Telegram. And you know what? I'm actually one of those people that want to do something good and want to do a good cause. So I joined your Telegram because it's actually something that I want to be behind. And over here, I'm not saying you got to love war. I'm not saying none of this. I'm sure a lot of these people don't like it either, right? But I'm saying there's a lot of people out there that can use, even if it's just some good vibes, fam, and just doing the right thing. So Veteran Token, fam, here you guys go. Veteran Token doing this thing. PTSD with veterans is devastating, absolutely. And whether people want to accept it or not, the reason why we get to do what we do and how we live is because a lot of people sacrifice a lot for us to be able to do what we do. For me to be able to say, you know what, I'm cleaning the pool today before I go live. I'm going to get some things done. The markets are doing what the markets are doing, just to that level of freedom, and that stuff right there, for me to be able to just be able to say whatever I want to say, that's huge. And we don't never want to lose that, fam. You don't want to lose that freedom of speech. You really, really don't. No matter where you're at. I've been seeing a lot of videos. Obviously, this has been a big talk lately with everything that happened to Charlie. And I've been seeing, I'm not sure how many of you guys are listening in from the UK, but I didn't know how strict they were over there in the UK, man. And I don't know if you guys are just, that's cool with you guys, but like, where like cops are trying to ease in on your conversations, where they're knocking on your doors. I know in Australia they got out of hand with a lot of that stuff. It's like, man, there's men and women out there that sacrifice quite a lot. So people like me and you can come up here and have fun and talk about cat coins and dog coins, while there's somebody in a trench right now really putting it all on the line, right? So I think we'll be able to do a really good cause, do something good. I don't care what side of the fence you're on. I don't care how you feel about this, that, and the third. It's just about doing something good to somebody that's affected, right? Um, you see the video in Ukraine where they were carrying a wounded guy, and mortars are hitting 100 feet in front of them. They didn't even flinch. Totally desensitized to it. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. We do not want to lose the freedoms that we've were hard to that fought for, right? And that's for everybody, for every country. This whole freedom of speech thing, fam. This is not a joke. This is not like a game when it comes to that, because everything else is part of the way we talk. It's everything else. You remove the language, you remove the literature, you remove the ability to talk about the things, and we're talking about Plato's allegory, right? Now you're back in the cave. You're looking at shadows going up and down, and you got this whole reality that somebody else built up around you, and you think that we got to be able to talk. And a lot of times when you go back to that cave after seeing that this is not supposed to be like that, some people will call you crazy, and it's you're delusional and you're crazy until you're proven right, and then you're a genius for doing it, right? It's like, trust me, I've been looked at like I'm crazy for doing what I'm doing. For I'm in my 30s. I could just be partying nonstop, having fun. I'm focused on making us all of us rich. I could be doing a lot of other stuff, man. I could be on the beach tomorrow, honestly, no problem, and literally have literally just start doing that. But there's a huge opportunity here, and we got to seize this opportunity. And how we're able to seize this is that freedom of speech. We're able to talk to each other. We're able to even the debates, fam. Like, even if we don't agree, like, I don't mind. I'm never trying to convince anybody, anyways. I don't get into a debate like I'm about to look at another grown man or another adult, a woman, and I'm here to convince you otherwise. No, we could just talk about how we feel about certain things. That doesn't mean that the minute I turn around that I got to do what you said or whatever. But it's nice to be able to have these conversations, right? So we don't want to be silenced for speaking our own thoughts. That's crazy. Like, when you think about that, it's scary. Like, and we'll get into Clash right now, but I think this is important, and it's come up for a reason, honestly. And I can see the chat is passionate about this as well, as we should be. But I was seeing so many videos, and you can see even like the stuff that we take for granted. Like, I was seeing some stuff in the UK, and I was thinking about Ali. I was thinking about, Mr. Mo. So many people that I care about, that live in the UK, and they are already going through like some different lifestyle stuff where people are like pounding on your door for stuff you said. Like, what? What are you talking about, bro? There was these two guys talking, and I guess for like disturbance, they weren't even being loud, but the cops walked up to him in the UK and it was like, "What are you saying? I want to know what you're saying." And it was like, "Why?" So he can write them an ordinance. They like writing ordinance over there for speaking. Like, what? I'd be in trouble left and right. That's all I do is speak my mind. You just, no way, man, no way. And I'm not trying to convince anybody. I don't agree with violence. I'm a very kumbaya person. I mean, I'm very laid back. Chant what you want to chant. If you don't want to chant it, even the stuff I don't agree with, I was happy when and this is a bit we're going into the a little bit of controversy right now, but um, they let what's his name, Jimmy Kimmel, get his talk show back. That's the flip side of it. What he was talking, right? And it's like, you also have to be willing to defend it on the other side when it doesn't go with what you say, right? Because I don't agree with a lot of the stuff of people celebrating this what happened to Charlie Kirk. That stuff is scary. Like, seeing people that detach and celebrating that is spooky. But at the same time, it's their right to voice their opinions on whatever they want to talk about, right? Because otherwise, we're being a hypocrite, right? But it's like, all right, I don't have to watch a Jimmy Kimmel show. Nobody's making me sit down and watch something that I don't want to watch, right? So it's my freedom to hey, I don't want to support it. Do I have to make posts and say to boycott it? No, I'm not gonna waste my time. I said I could live on the beach tomorrow. Why am I gonna go out of my way for that? I don't care. But it goes both ways. Maybe XPX can give you that force. Why I want my own forest, man. You know what? I promise you guys, I think everybody should visit Mexico. It's not a forest, but visit Mexico. It feels like the 90s, and it's very, like, it's not like what they show us on the news all the time with like cartel stuff. I've been there multiple times, and there's been some sweet spots where I was like, man, this could be heaven, basically. You're it's called like geo arbitrage, right? So not only arbitraging, like let's say, and we're just vibing, fam. We're vibing at this point. Let's say I can buy, B&B for 968 on some CXX, right? Like a CEX, and then I move it to another CEX, like I was doing before with Litecoin. How I got into crypto, doing it and really knowing that I can make money off of it. I was just buying Litecoin for a cheaper price on a Bitcoin ATM and then selling it on Coinbase and doing arbitrage. Well, there's another form of arbitrage. A lot of you guys are filthy rich right now. I'm gonna say that again. A lot of you guys are filthy rich right now. Why? Because if you go to, Mexico with the money that you make right now, or you go to a developing country, you get a slice of heaven. You're already there. Isn't that the end goal anyways? It's like sometimes we get stuck where we're at, but let's see, political tensions are getting scary. To be honest, yeah, the whole thing, like the UK stuff was spooky. I didn't know it was like that, but because of all this stuff, and I was seeing like they're knocking on doors and stuff, and like that's crazy. It's like, don't knock on my door. Don't come over here with that noise. That wouldn't be a good idea. Clash right here. All right, let's go into Clash, fam. We got that covered. And sometimes we got to talk about that stuff, right? Sometimes we got to talk. Sometimes we got to talk about that stuff. I don't want to divide the chat. I don't want people to hate each other. That's not what I want. That's why sometimes I avoid it. Although whatever side whatever people lean or whatever, man, I got nothing but love and respect for all of you guys, even things that we don't agree on. Like, honestly, it's never to the extent that I want somebody to be gone. What? Come on now. And then celebrate that? Like, no, that's not right. That's not even if it was the side that I disagree with, I wouldn't want that. I would not want that. That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. You can't want that. I don't know what happens if you allow that spiral to continue, where that you could celebrate that stuff. I don't know where that road goes, and I don't like the idea of it. It looks bumpy down there. It doesn't look like they got good construction or streets down that road. I don't want to deal with this. So let's go into Clash, fam. Let's talk about this project. Talk a little bit about the creator coins. I know we're coming up on the hour mark. We're going to talk about all these meme coins. We've been streaming now for like about an hour and a half when we've been doing these streams. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me, for the hour and a half. And, it is the weekend. I know people got stuff to do. I try to wrap them up at an hour. I try not to keep you guys, too long. It is really nice when we do roll over the hour mark and you guys do still stick around. You guys are still engaging. So I really do appreciate you guys letting me be myself, where we talk about crypto, where it's not, so okay, that's it. It's the cutoff. Hey, we're going a little bit over today, right? We got more things to talk about. So Clash is something we'll talk about right now. We got our first initial pullback down to that $5 million market cap. Clash is not over, man. Those is just those initial shakeouts from the people who got in early, which there's nothing wrong with, after those breakouts, when it breaks 10 million and it goes to 20, 30, take your initial off, okay? Take a little piece, like not when it first breaks 10, because you notice you'll actually cheat yourself when it first breaks 10. And I've been through this too many times. When it first breaks 10, if you do it right at 10, you'll get really mad because they go past 15. But if you can wait and see it go to like, 18, 20, you can take a little bit off of that, right? And just so like that you're comfortable and you're not like, oh my God, and then you're selling now way too low. Because, if you felt like you missed Clash, this could be the support of Clash right here at this $5 million market cap. We know that we like these round numbers, and it wicked underneath there, giving everybody a nice opportunity. But this could be that support, because now we got our things that, well, we always talk about, fam. Like I'm never lying to you guys. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a dog, it doesn't matter if it's a cat, it could be a utility play, it can be George plays Clash Royale play. And what does it do? It breaks 5 million, goes to 10. It breaks 10 million. What does it do? It goes to that 18, 20, sometimes 30. And yes, does it pull back? Of course it does. Of course it does. But if it's a real project, if it's real people that are bullish on this, it's got a solid narrative, it has a great KOL, like, George is, not going to go anywhere. He's on there. He's been doing it for a while. It's most likely going to still be around. Now, excuse me personally, like creator coin style, I wouldn't be one to get stuck to just only doing Clash. because it's always going to be called Clash, and I don't know if I'm going to be playing Clash forever, right? Because just like I used to play SOCOM 2 back in the day and be a bit of a gamer when I was a teenager, you know, reaching number 50 in all the whole world, being ranked, you know, on SOCOM 2. I don't even have a game system. I mean, I don't even have a TV in the studio. I don't watch TV. I watch YouTube more than anything. So, uh, you know, being stuck on this could be, we'll see. As long as he's playing Clash and he's bullish on Clash and Clash is around, this can grow forever. It can, you know, maybe Clash will do major partnerships with George and do like massive giveaways or do something crazy, some kind of marketing campaign that can be massive, that can take this thing into the hundreds. Or everybody stops playing Clash and, you know, that can happen, right? There's always that side. But right now I'm bullish on it, man. $5 million market cap. It did the recipe that we all love. Did the recipe that, and that's why I'm just asking if you guys can share this. You know, here goes another play that I found for you guys in 360K market cap, and we got to do the same play. What is it? It's a pattern. It's a pattern of the consensus, the collective of deciding that when it breaks 5 million and it goes to 10 million, it breaks, it does this same little dance. Well, you know, but before I used to have to walk with this cane, I was light on my feet. I know how to dance. I know my little two-step. I know how to bachata, merengue, salsa, all that good stuff. I know how to two-step. I know all kinds, the reggaeton, everything. So once you know the steps and you keep seeing the same steps, you play that jam. I'm on the dance floor. I'm not playing around. I know this is my jam. What's your jam? Anything that makes me dance, right? And if I know that rhythm, I'm gonna do that dance. I'm gonna have fun. Whether the song is called Clash, whether the song is called Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, or the song is called cat token, or it's called dog token. I know that this rhythm of this song, of this thing, always tends to happen. So if you guys can share these live streams, get the numbers up, because this is proof again of finding you guys to play early, not by being in some special call group, not charging you guys X99.99 to be in my private group so I can get. I'm telling you, I can go to the beach tomorrow and stop doing YouTube and I'll be good. I'm not doing that. So I don't have to charge you guys no X99.99 to be in a private group. I just want you to win. That's it. And if you want other people to win, I greatly appreciate it. To get this channel the recognition that it deserves, let's get the numbers up, the likes and comments, because usually the the ones that are doing good are the ones charging you and rugging you left and right. So we got to be the fighting force. So let's get this channel rocking, baby. Let's get the numbers up. I see us at 174. Let's definitely do a giveaway. But again, this is another example of, yeah, 174, 85 on this. We're rocking, man. We got, you know, 6 people on YouTube. YouTube got a shadow ban. We got some people on Party. I appreciate the people on Party that are tuning in. If you're new to my channel on Party, the social media platform, I appreciate you guys. Also subscribe there and, you know, give me a follow on X and all that good stuff. But I mean, time and time again, I find you guys plays like this of super low, and before it does this little dance, I'm like, hey, I think we can print, right? And that's even, yeah, I mean, just back to back. So if you guys can grow this, you know, get these streams up, where are we at? Let's refresh this. Let's see where we're at. I'm calling you guys because, man, it's like, I know I made people some racks. I know I made you guys, a lot of people. We're still at 2 likes, 2 retweets still, man. I'm putting that pressure on you guys. Let's get the likes and retweets up on X. Push that up so we can continue to get these numbers up and max engage on this. We got 2 likes, 2 retweets, and 1 comment. And literally the other day, about in 11 days, I just made people thousands and thousands of dollars. Go click a couple buttons on a mouse for the channel, fam. I'm going to keep doing this regardless, so just stay tuned no matter what. This is what I do. Rain or shine, I live, breathe these patterns and cryptocurrency. So regardless if you do that or not, I mean, if you're locked in, you're going to print. You're going to print. And we're going to make some money. So Clash right now is looking good. I think if you felt like you missed it, this might be the support. I don't think it's going anywhere. Let's go to the X account. We'll go to Grippy next. See what that's. I'm not even sure if that's how we say it. I know it just came up on the desk today, so we'll talk about it. But here we go. George plays Clash Royale. What's new? Let's see if we find some cool stuff. 3 hours ago, update on Clash. Yesterday, we hosted a large Clash Royale tournament ever. The largest Clash Royale tournament ever. That's huge. Over 150 players joined in. More than 400 plus viewers tuned in across both streaming platforms. We gave away $4,000 in prizes and rewards. The growth in the community has been incredible. We now have over 2,300 holders. This is shaping up to be one of the strongest organic communities out there. No KOL pushes. He's a KOL, so it's a huge push. No artificial pumps. That's true. They've been doing it organically. Just pure organic momentum. It goes a long way. It goes a long way. So, some huge milestones this week. Moonshot, one of the largest meme trading apps, verified and listed. Clash right there. Boom. Shout out to that. CoinGecko officially listed Clash. Boom. Check that out. Our first CEX listing, MEXC. Wow. So that's where that first pullback's coming from. That's where this is how you get listed on MEXC, fam. And if you see like actually I think this is now it's almost 99. It wasn't always like that. So but I'm sure he has a decent supply control too, because this is how you get those MEXCs to happen. Okay, so most likely, okay, so no, we provided no marketing funds or liquidity to MEXC. This was a free listing, so I take that back. Supposedly a free listing. I'm not sure. I might want to call that on that, but you know, I know listings and I know how these things go, but there are times where there are free listings. I'm not sure if it would be on a play at this low, but George is well connected, so that could happen. But you know, with news like that and then an automatic massive pullback like that, I'm not sure. So we provide no marketing or liquidity to MEXC. This was a free listing. One more place to acquire Clash. Of course, you can still buy directly from your Phantom wallet. I'm just calling it how I see it. People might not always agree with me or like it, but it's just the facts. I just know, you know, once you look behind the curtain, you just know. It's like there's nothing you can do about it. It's like, all right, you can never go back. So nice, doing all the right stuff. I mean, he knows he's got a ton of people that's going to help him out with how this stuff is supposed to work, how it's supposed to navigate. So, like I said, these pullbacks very natural, and most likely you're going to see more marketing happening, more things going on. CZ stopping working with BNB and focusing on DEX. Just announced. What? Focusing on what DEX? He had to step down regardless, though. You know, that was part of the things. He had like, you know, he's already filthy rich, and part of that whole like thing. So like, and I'm sure this is going to be helping BNB get allowed into the States. There was probably a lot of things that were set up behind the scenes as far as like things that he had to do and say to, you know, not be in so much trouble. And I think, you know, when he stepped down as CEO already, that was one of the things. But this could be another step, because I know there was some red tape that was going to get cut for BNB into Aster, I guess. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, load up on Aster, man. You know, if he sent, you know, from BNB, I watched the trade from dollars to thousands of dollars. He knows how to make things happen. So, you know, either trade it or just accumulate Aster as much as you can. And who knows, Aster can be getting ready to become like a Solana. And if you think about what CZ knows how to do, he could be trying to make the best DEX ever and just really have something to, which is nice. It's on the BNB chain. Aster is no matter what. So, he could be doing something. So I would keep an eye on that. So pretty cool. Clash is looking good. Let's go to the next one right here. Clash still looking good. Let's go to this one. Grippy right here. This is the one everybody's talking about. This is a healthy looking chart. It's on base. It's one of those base plays. You got all your KOLs talking about it. It's right at that part. We didn't catch it super early, but you know, they're playing the recipe. You see the Crypto Galaxy guy. You see the Crypto Empress. You see Grippy on my channel. You got, you know, it's on the base network. It's still pretty fresh. The chart's really healthy. You most likely don't want to miss out on these plays before they do that 5-10 million. Can they go super high forever? High? I'm not sure how high they can go, right? We don't know. But what I do know is like a lot of these types of plays, these Matt Fury plays, his recipe, it tends to break into there, right? So this is Grippy, which is basically looks like some kind of hand or something like that. Let's go to the website. We'll take a quick look at it. King Grippy. So the strongest meme coin with a grip that never slips. Hold on tight. We're building the strongest community in crypto. Very clean website, actually. getting better at it. I'll tell you that. Got the Biconomy listing already. Like I said, I know this recipe already. So this is a solid recipe that I've seen the Bretts, I've seen all these Matt Fury plays do, and they tend to break $5-10 million market cap. Some of them don't. I'm not saying it has to, but a lot of times they do. A lot of times they do. And so keep an eye on Grippy right now. Like I said, they got the whole X account. They got all the KOLs that you guys are used to hearing about. I'm sure you guys have already seen what I've seen and probably heard what I've heard. So this is what's going on with Grippy on the Base Network, fam. The Base Network. Shout out to everybody turning up on the stream. Like I said, I need as many likes. I'm shaking the cup for likes and follows right now because, man, there's so many channels out there that are charging you guys for alpha, for this alpha, that alpha. It's like I'm literally helping you guys print on a regular. The more we make this channel go viral, the better it is. Like somehow I don't know how you guys tell me how to break out of 18,000 subscribers on YouTube because I'm just working nonstop. I don't know how that happens, but I think it happens from you guys helping me out. So if we can get to 20K subscriber by the end of the year, I'll be actually happy. Which is kind of sad in a way because we just been at 18,000 forever, just making a lot of people money, and somehow we're still, stuck right there. So definitely need you guys to help out with, getting the word out there for the YouTube channel, for the X, all that stuff. I hate bugging you guys about it, but this is the best way where we can have a stronger impact on the moves that we make in the crypto space. So if you guys can really push hard on the channel, on the likes and all that stuff. So here we go. Grippy the Monster. I really like this one. Like I said, I've seen this pattern a million times. We'll mark it up right now. We'll see if it makes it happen. It already broke the 1 million. Let's see if it can do this dance. Can it do this dance? The markets are a little shaky, so it might test it a little bit. But the $5 million, $10 million dance, I like that dance. That's my jam. Only put in what you're willing to lose. So like that, you don't have to stress out whatever's going on. It's like, okay, the minute it breaks, right here, it's fighting for 2 million. $2 million market cap. Wicked underneath, a little bit underneath the 1 million, but this is the 1 million. It's all like organic stuff. If you look, that's the $1 million market cap, a little bit, a couple wicks, but 1 million, 2 million. And if it can break this, it'll probably go a little parabolic in this section right here. It usually moves a little bit more parabolic, and maybe we'll see if it does something like this. Let's have some fun. Usually they move a little bit parabolic through this section, but then come down to then go up and break that, right? It's not going to be picture perfect like this, but a lot of times they'll move a little bit faster once they break the $2 million market cap. So let's make it happen. I remember when when we broke 2 million, we went straight to $2.7 million market cap. And then unfortunately somebody's wallet got compromised. And that's where like a little bit of the downtrend happened, which was somebody that we actually helped out. And looked out for them and everything like that, which is crazy. I'm not gonna even get into that. That's a whole nother story that, man, we'll just leave that one there. But yeah, when you break that 2 million, it does tend to break you into that 3. I'm sure we would have broke even higher if his wallet would have never got compromised or whatever, and just that one sell on XPX was like 16K or something like that. And we went right back up, but there was now the selling pressure and all that stuff. And but this is where we can see if it breaks that 2 million, it can definitely come into this 3 million and then go a little bit higher into this section of going 5 million, most likely coming back down. Matt Fury plays, they're going to have some of that stuff coming back down, pay for some more marketing and send it to the next level, man. So keep an eye on Grippy right here. This is one right here. No idea how my 2 favorite crypto YouTubers are stuck with subscribers. What our idiots watch, I don't know, man. It's crazy because we've been making people money and stuff. Yeah, some of these things, they don't last forever. I'm not saying that you can't round trip that bag and that can't happen, but we've been making people money. It's crazy, man. You mean he sold? Yeah. Yeah. So so this is Grippy right here. Let's go into some other plays. Let me know if you guys are buying anything right now. We got the Crow Show has been doing really good. This one's solid looking chart. This is Pablo Crow with the creator coin. So we got, so far we got George, you got the Crow Show. I'm going to do one eventually. I just want to do it really cool. And I also don't want to do it when the market's kind of like, the market, everybody's taking money out the market right now. When you got that exciting market, it's like the money's flowing. It'll be a lot easier just to send it really hard. And I know we got a lot of people that have made a lot of money, so we'll probably pump that up really hard too. And since it's on Solana, it'll probably send really hard. And probably bring in a lot of hype, and we'll turn on all the bells and whistles. But this is another creator coin right here, Crow Show right here, and we're seeing this movement with these pump fun plays, and I really think that people are going to be moving from like YouTube because, you know, like I said, I've been stuck at 18,000 subscribers. This month's revenue is $54. It's like I could buy 5 or 4 Starbucks coffees with that, and that's it. So if you, when I tell you you better do something that you love to do, you got to be able to do that, because most people would quit because $54 a month ain't diddly nothing, right? It ain't doing nothing. But oh, we got the Crow Show live right now. What's live on it? Here we go. This is how this work. Okay, just staying live. Cool. Dev buy, nice chart. Look at that, man. Bam. That's nice right there. 8 days ago. This could be the next one that does like what Clash did, you know? What marketing should a project go for? Honestly, KOLs are always going to exist, man. The KOLs have to exist. But I don't know, man. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. I would, you know, do creative marketing is what I like to do. You know, obviously, you know, KOLs is smart, you know, but just shop crypto for a project could be really good. We'll also list some stuff on there ourselves, but yeah. Look at this guy, 3.1 million. Just, I don't know what he's doing. Let's see. These are just creator coins. It's like, this guy, what is he doing?
50, bro.
Putting on cologne or something like that. Salary.
God, bro, it keeps getting in my fucking mouth.
Yeah, I can smell it from.
Dev is barely buying right now. But
Oh my
I can
god.
still smell it from back here. You're cooked.
bam.
51, 52.
Just like that. No website even needed. Just live.
56.
So we'll be doing that stuff. I'll get one of these little mics. We'll probably just chill in Vegas, do Vegas stuff as well, do crypto stuff. I mean, we got a lot of access here, but I mean, this is what you got. You got people drawing. There's something here happening right here. And we'll keep an eye on this stuff. But the main ones that I'm paying attention to that can actually make you some good money are some of the ones that these KOLs already have influence, like Pablo Crow, obviously like, you know, George, you know, some of these creator coins that are going to be coming out are going to be pretty strong. And, you know, I don't know how long they're going to last or whatever like that, but whether or not that you can make some money off of them, that's not the case. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on these plays. Crow Show is doing pretty good right now. Clash is doing good right now. Let's go to Noodle. This was one of those Map Fury plays that I really liked that was doing the pattern. I still think it's a play. It hasn't broke 1 million. It hasn't done the 5 million, 10 million. I don't know if they're just shaking people out. You know, it's cooking. But this Noodle play, I think it has potential. I just like it, but it could go to zero, right? It could absolutely just go to zero and not do anything. But I think it has potential as a Matt Fury play that hasn't done this little dance, the little song and dance that we know, the 5 million, 10 million, all that good stuff. So the fact that it's alive right now at 465K market cap, imagine if it's one of those that go just like we called Clash, you know, and you just put in what you can afford to put in and it does this dance. That's cool, right? Because a lot of times that pattern, the devs behind this, they want that pattern to play out just as much as you do, right? So could be a good entry on Noodles. Still looking, Noodle face, still looking really strong. Chart not destroyed and turning right around and still looking pretty good. Let's go on to the next one and then we'll do a giveaway for you guys. Appreciate you guys, you know, engaging. Manu was another one. Somehow, like, let me go back to this. Let me refresh this again. Let me see. Somehow, it's crazy. It's honestly crazy. Like with no, maybe I just need to make there we go. 7 likes now, 5 retweets. I appreciate it. We got to do that. It's like, maybe I need to make a room to charge people because it's crazy. Like we got into Manu down here. How are we not 20K subscribers? How are we not pushing this channel out to the max? Because like we got into Manu down here at, you know, underneath 3.5 million. It's showing 339 right now, but it was in this section right here. And it ran all the way up another play, 40 something million. It came back. It's found this support. We talked about this support. I told you guys, save some dry powder for when it, you know, finds that support. I thought it would go to 10. It found support at 12 and support, buying pressure, break back above 20. Now it's right back at 31. I said, hey, don't fade this thing. It has a lot of power. You know, 3.1 million. 7 million followers, 12 million follow or subscribers on YouTube. That's a lot of power where those channels are going to keep growing, and most likely this project's going to keep going. But again, there was probably somebody who had a channel, a Discord chat, a this, charging you this 99 a month. I'm giving you the access for free. I don't have to do this. I can show you guys the YouTube revenue is literally 54 bucks. I could be on the beach tomorrow if I want to. Just smash the like button and share the channel. Let's get to 20K subs. Let's get the word out there so more people can print with us and we can get the word out there. Man, you looking great. I'm not surprised. Massive amount of influence. Solid project that rolled out with a lot of bells and whistles out the gate. So obviously, showing that it's super well connected. We got some Manu Z-Bet cards. The best cards are XPX cards, of course. Get you guys some of that, but they just been around for a long time, which is cool because the other day David was talking about how when looking at ZBEC, they were suggesting similar projects, and the one they were suggesting was XPX. So that's just part of the stuff. You're gonna have Coca-Cola, on the shelf right next to Pepsi. You're gonna have your Sprite right next to Sierra Mist. You're gonna have, these are two lemon lime sodas. Coca-Cola and Pepsi are two Coca-Cola sodas, two cola sodas. They're gonna be in the same freaking fridge, one shelf apart. One above or one lower, doesn't matter, but they're going to be right there. And what's cool is that we're here building it ourselves. So come over here. You guys can get into, get your XPX cards. But Manu, I'm still very bullish on this. Very bullish on Manu. And I think you guys should be as bullish on it as well. I think it has potential. Like, these numbers right here should not be ignored. They're only going to keep growing. And I think Manu's $100 million above play all day, possibly even really being $1 billion ENU right before your eyes. So if you can park one ETH in it, that's nice. I know that's a bit much for a lot of people just to put $4,000 into a play and hold it. But, for those who know, if you can do it and just hold it, it could probably turn into a lot of money. It'll turn into six figures really fast. So Manu right there. Let's go into another one. This one's looking really good. Let's keep it moving and grooving. See what else is going on. Still holding. Nice hold, AD. Nice hold. That one's a solid one, bro. That one's a printer for sure. Let's check on Jesus Coin, man. Let's see. 7 million. Nice. Coming back to life. I think this one's gonna do good as well, man. I think this one's gonna do good as well. Let the light shine out the darkness. Man, tell me about it. That's what I do. I don't be playing around. I just move around, honestly. You don't got to stick around by that stuff, I keep it pushing like crazy. Like if the vibe is there or I hear the, you know, even like if you go into like the Bible and stuff, like I don't think God, when he was saying not to gossip, was because he didn't want people chit chatting. It was just because that type of energy you shouldn't be around, whether you're a religious person or not. It's like if you're around that type of stuff, that negative energy, talking down on each other and all that stuff, or talking down on each other, or talking behind other people's back and stuff, like that energy is bad, right? So yeah, shine out the darkness with some light, with some positive vibes, some good people, whether you're, Christian or Catholic or Buddhist, or, you could be a tree hugger for all I care and be atheist. Good vibes are good vibes. I'm not going to shun anybody for doing what they do, right? That's their freedom of expression. That freedom of speech. It's not just that freedom of speech thing, not just blah, blah, blah part. It's the freedom of expression, the freedom of religion, right? The freedom to, that's what it all comes down to, right? So, yeah, wherever you guys are from or whatever you guys are doing, just, this is a great opportunity that we live in right now. And if we keep good vibes around each other, whether you like Jesus Coin or not, there's some opportunity for you guys to make some money on these plays. And I like to see people spreading, spreading some good vibes, man. I don't want to be around negative people. For what? There's 8 billion people in the world. What are you going to do around one negative person? There's a whole lot of people out there. Just move it around. Be careful for like energy vampires. I know that sounds a little bit funny when you say it out loud and you're not in your immediate circle, but some people just want to suck the energy out of you. They just want to talk about their problems. They forget to ask you how you're doing, right? If you got somebody that's just only talking about their problems nonstop and, they forget to even ask how you're doing, it's like they're just, energy vampire, and you're here just trying to solve all of their problems while throwing your problems on the back burner, right? So Keep the vibes good, man. Keep the vibes good. Chump on base. We'll check that one out next. I think Jesus Coin is one that you guys should check out. Excuse me. That was a. Let's go to Chump on base. 90K market cap. Oh, this one's cute and young. Nice looking chart. I mean, pretty organic. Nice little play on base. Most likely, solid people behind it, when it's like this and just trying to do the right thing, especially if it's coming from one of the vaulted people. It's most likely one of the vaulted people or, somebody close, because it's just looking like an honest play, looking like it's running really good on base. Looking pretty cool. Nice looking little meme. I don't know about it. Seems like decent little play. Yeah, nice. 91K market cap, low market cap. So, little chump. He's just a little chump on base. Cute little chump. Check him out. What else you guys got before we wrap it up and get out of here? Enjoy the rest of the weekend. That's what I'm going to do. It's like the weekend, baby. What? The weekend? What? We're here early in a, crypto revolution. Crypto evolution. Let's look at this puppies play that came back to life out of nowhere. Look at that. Sheesh. Say, oh my God. And you guys see the XPX? Say, oh my God. Say, they got shooken out. Some of these people can't even come back and look at this chart anymore. They just got to move on. They're they got a subscription to BetterHelp, and is serious because faded a good look. This is probably the easy one. Look at this. Puppies. Just simple. How can we not think of that? There we go. Puppies. $40 million market cap and breaking all-time high right now. And when people faded it and it came all the way down to this 1 million, you never know in crypto. WTF is that? It's puppies, man. You faded it. You G'd your bag and now it's pumping. Whoever faded this is coping big time. Super cope. So keep an eye on this little puppies play. I think puppies will do good no matter what. Who doesn't like puppies? They're cute. We've been so focused on dogs. We should have just went straight to puppies. The puppies are cuter than the dog. I bet I was cuter as a baby than I am now. Oh my God. Well, fam, if at and any, right? So who said that I am even still, right? I better watch out. Oh my God. Well, fam, let's wrap it up right here. We got Psychedelic Angel. She's going to be getting some Z's. It's 81 degrees outside, mostly sunny for Las Vegas weather. I'm going to be checking that out and enjoying the rest of my weekend. I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your guys' weekend. Let's do our giveaway. You guys almost forgot about the giveaway. Whoa. All right. Hold on a second. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let's put some crypto in it. All right. Let's get some hashtag XPX and let's get a giveaway going. Hashtag XPX in the chat. And I'm actually going to I like to play the XPX track. So we got our almost like a little timer to give us while we're filling it up. Let's go right here, XPX, scroll down. Boom. All right. Like I said, we have the weather, 81 degrees, partly cloudy on this XPX day. Let's start out right here with Jamal. Or we'll do Sheriff. Darren. Saphir. I love you, bro. Where you been? I miss you. Hope everything's all right. Let me know. We got Saphir. We got Angel right here. We got Roger. Roger gonna get me to 20K subscribers soon. We got Ghost Rider. Y'all better turn up, man. Life is too short, man. I swear. You don't want to get humbled like I did, riding on a motorcycle. Now you get all kumbaya. Don't wait till a motorcycle accident to get kumbaya. Do it right now. It hurts. It's cheaper and it hurts a lot less if you just humble yourself. Let me get some more names, man. Come on now. Don't think that I just didn't pick your name for a reason. I just probably didn't see it. And only 5 likes. Thank you, Angel. You know what we're going to do on the next giveaway? On the next giveaway, we'll do it when we break likes. How about that? Five likes and all this hashtag. Crazy. You know what? I like that. Thank you, Angel. And the next one is going to be when we get like 100 likes or something, or 50 likes or something like that. All right, let's pull this right here. Appreciate you guys pulling up, man. Thank you guys. You know, I'm doing this for all of us, fam. I'm telling you, like, just meet me halfway. That's all. There we go. I like that one. Smart. I like that. That's smart money right there. All right, let's pull this really quick. Boom. Actually, Wander. Oh, this one. This is actually supposed to be 2 like this. All right. Let's pull it again. Whoever this person is, which I saw up above. Let me see. Shara? Okay. Shara, or Shira, or Shara. Not sure. Oh, actually, that was Wander. Hold on a second. Shara, yeah, Shara. Let me know your ad handle. Wander, let me know your ad handle. I don't know why I keep saying Shara, but let me know your ad handle, Wander. My bad. We got Mac Yank. Yep, Shara, just join us in the TG as well. I'm going to look out for you since I called your name. Okay, so we got Wander, Mac Yak, and I accidentally called Shara's name ahead, so we'll call it like that. Okay, make sure you guys, okay, DM me in Telegram right now. Let me know. All these accounts are my alt accounts, so I'm going to win. Good. Hey, a win is a win, okay? A win is a win. So win however you got to win. Win however you got to win. Just make sure that you win. Right now, we're focused on the win right now. We're going to be winning for during this whole super cycle. I don't know what anybody else has planned, but if you guys are rocking with me, if your schedule is pretty much open and you guys want to, be on a little bit of a crazy journey with me, I'm going to be locked in during this whole super cycle. And then I'm going to be sending Saphir feet pics from the beach. Like, that's all I'm going to be doing after that super cycle. Like, during the bear markets, I will just enjoy the fruits of my labor. And during super cycles, I will literally grind nonstop. I will outwork talent. I don't care if people are more talented. They can be more smarter. They can be smarter than me. They can be whatever they want. It doesn't even matter. I will outwork nonstop during this whole super cycle and accumulate a massive amount of. I'm telling you, I could pack up and just go to the beach tomorrow. But it's super cycle. What am I gonna do? Just be on the beach, still looking at super cycle? Like what? No. Like I'm accumulating this nonstop, and Saphir has his passport, and when this super cycles, you get some pics too, man. Whoever wants the pics, just let me know, and we can all have fun. But at the end of the super cycle, I should be able to meet a few of you guys, or a few of you ladies and gentlemen from the stream, where you guys are printing enough to just take a vacation, either meet me here in Vegas and we'll have some fun. I'm willing to have fun with anybody that pulls up, or when we get to the beach and we throw a massive freaking party on the beach and we get to tell everybody like, hey, remember when we were telling everybody it was a super cycle? Remember when they said altcoin season was over and we just stood grinding nonstop? Like, I want to make it worth what we're doing. And if you guys are, down for that cause, there's going to be times where it sucks. Obviously, I am in my 30s. I could be out partying nonstop. I could be on the beach today if I wanted to, but I'm sacrificing that, right? I'm sacrificing a lot of that time, some of the youth, right? Some of that fun that I could be for sure having, just to make sure that I live on the beach. And I think that's the end goal for a lot of people. I love beaches, and you know what? So do I. So do I. Buy an island, yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be really nice. Yeah, and it'd be really nice to see a lot of you guys achieve that, and I think that we really, really can. So let's keep moving together, keep moving and grooving, and we're adding all the right ingredients to this recipe, and it's a recipe for success. So no, we're not going there, bro. Of course, AD, not that. All right, guys. Much love and respect to all of you guys. Thank you guys for pulling up. If you guys can't like, comment, and subscribe, I've been begging for these nonstop, these likes, comments, and subscribes, shaking my little beggar's cup for these likes and subscribes and all that stuff. But if you guys can't do that, continue to come back and honestly continue. I mean, as a lot of you guys have, to experience the abundance of money. Like, it's right there for all of us to print, and we have been doing that back to back. So thank you guys so much for being here even when we're shadow banned, being here when things are great, being here through ups and downs. We're still pushing away, doing our thing. So I really appreciate it. You guys have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, as I'm going to. So do the same thing, man. It's right there. So just enjoy it.